Hey everybody, and thanks for watching Woodcrest Bonsai. In this video I want to give a very quick update of the Podocarpus that I root pruned and repotted from a 25-gallon nursery can into a 25-gallon nursery can that had been cut down to just about 6 inches. And it's beginning to show a lot of brown. However, I don't think I'm all that concerned, and I'll talk about why. But first of all, as a tree is growing, the roots and the top complement each other. So let's just use pounds, okay? A tree weighs a certain amount, and the roots weigh the same amount. So let's say this tree weighed 10 pounds. That means it had 10 pounds of roots. So when I took the roots from this tree, I cut off about 70%. So I went from 10 pounds of roots to only 3 pounds of roots. But I really didn't chop the top. I did it a little bit, but I maybe took off 10% of the top. So I went from 10 pounds of tree to 9 pounds of tree. So now I have 3 pounds of roots trying to sustain 9 pounds of tree. And so the tree is saying, well, we can't sustain this much growth, so we're going to die off a little bit. And so that's what I really think all this brown is. However, everywhere I look at the brown, I see that the growing tips, so we've got brown right here, but the growing tips are still nice and green. Here's the one that I cut, but brown leaves, but the actual stem is still perfectly green. And if we look at the apex has no brown at all. So this is what I think is happening, is the tree just does not have the roots, because I chopped them all off, and it's compensating by dropping all its old leaves. But I'm really happy that the new growth, the tips, are all still alive. I don't see any tip growth that's dying. It's all just lower leaves, and the tips are fine. So it should be okay. And this thing has such a killer trunk. I love the trunk on this thing, and I don't even think that's the front. I think this might be the front. With just that extra little root there, I mean, just absolutely gorgeous. And I had planned on air layering this thing, so, a branch like this, and here's another one here, and another one here, and if I count them up, there's about 8, maybe 6 or 8, maybe even more than that I could air layer. However, air layering is a stressful process, and so because this guy is telling me, hey, I'm stressed, dropping all these leaves because you cut off too many roots without cutting off enough of the top, I may have to delay the air layering. There's just a tiny hint of some brand new growth, but it really hasn't started. Oops, too elongate. I can't even hold the camera just freestyle without knocking into it. So here, I'll show you what I'm talking about. We're going to go over here. Here's my Premna that are in ice cream containers. But here's some Podocarpus seedlings. You see they have sprung new growth like crazy. And they even have aphids. Oh, how cute. Aphids and Podocarpus are like hand and glove. I'm constantly spraying. Although I don't spray chemicals, I just take water and blast them off, and that works pretty well. And the Podocarpus are like aphids. What aphids? Who cares? But these are a different variety. You can see the leaves are much longer. This is just basically your landscape shrub. I got these seed out of a tree that was just a female tree. But you can see they're already producing a whole bunch of new growth. And then back to the Premna, which and man, they have oxalis like crazy. I don't know. Oxalis is such nasty stuff. Anyway, back to this guy. So I'm really not concerned. All right, I'm a little concerned, because I paid good money for this thing. Real money. And I don't want it to die, that's for sure. But I did it the right time of year. And I knew I just wasn't cutting enough of the top. I'm such a saver. He's like, I don't want to chop the top. So, oh, look right there. That looks like brand new growth right there, that little tiny tip. So anyway, just a quick update. I fully believe that my diagnosis is correct, and that it's just dropping the leaves to compensate for the fact that I cut way too many roots off without cutting off enough of the top to compensate for that. So there we go. Update on my Podocarpus. So thanks for watching. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe and hit the notification bell, and you'll be notified on the next time I do a video on this tree, which will be the air layering. And leave a comment. I'm pretty confident this tree is going to survive. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you. Oops, my thumb just got in the way in the next video.